Well, here's one other highlight of the debate that we should at least point out. And this is when apparently during one of the breaks, Marco Rubio, as you know, has ruined Jeb Bush's presidency.
Life.
Really.
He's ruined my life.
I mean, Jeb was supposed to be president, and Marco Rubio has come along. Now, understand that Jeb Bush's anger at Marco Rubio is misplaced. Because really where Jeb Bush should be angry is Jeb Bush should be angry at Jeb Bush. Because Jeb Bush was the one who allowed himself to be bandied about by Donald Trump as if he was some type of cat toy. Like literally, I don't know if you've ever seen a cat.
Fat cat.
Yeah, he's just like
Donald
going
Trump.
boom, boom, boom.
His pursed lips.
And yes, he's just going. And so Jeb Bush has never been the same, and Marco Rubio just was able to step in and fill the vacuum. But apparently Jeb Bush still harbors some deep, deep anger towards Marco Rubio, because at one of the breaks, Rubio, and do we have the sound of this? I mean, you can't see it. I'll just describe it. Keep the sound sort of low. And what's happening is there's a break. Rubio turns from his, go ahead. He turns from his podium, goes over to Jeb, sort of makes a signal like, I want to shake your hand. Jeb just goes, no. And Rubio just turns, spins on his real heel, goes up, talks to Trump, and just sort of says like, oh, weird weather, huh? You know, one of those jobbies. And okay, you can stop it. It's just a gif that keeps going back and forth. But it was it's a stunning moment, really. Fun to watch because Jeb is really, really upset.
Of course, both sides are denying that that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to note the denial, anybody who has any basic observational abilities would see that what happened is what happened.
Well, you know what? I mean, it would be, maybe it's worthwhile for us to sort of contemplate what else could have been happening. Like we could narrate this where it's like, maybe what happens is Rubio walks over to Jeb, says, should I turn to my left or to my right? And Jeb just looks and says, your left. And Rubio spins back towards the left and walks back to Trump. Or that could have happened.
Or what could have happened is that Trump was prepared, or Bush was prepared to shake Rubio's hand and be civil about it. And Rubio's like, hey, sorry about this whole election thing, but can you co-sign on a new condo for me? And then all of a sudden, Bush was like, he will just use me and use me and use me.
He says
That's
no.
the best.
He says no.
Rubio, even to this day, is still asking Bush for loans and cosigns. Hey, sorry about I totally screwed over your political career.
I'm just trying to think of like an alternate version. That could have been it, but that's too many words, right?
That's too many words.
So it could have been Rubio walks over to Jeb and says, do you have any water? And Jeb says no. And then he walks back to Trump and says, do you have any water? I don't know.
Yeah, I think Rubio maybe forgot which side Trump and Jeb were on, and he meant to go talk to Trump, but then he realized he actually accidentally turned to Jeb and then corrected himself.
He could have walked over in front of Jeb and just looked up and said, oh, you're not Trump. And Jeb says
Bush,
no. And then he
not.
spins and goes back and talks to Trump.
The actual saddest part might be that Jeb keeps looking at them. He doesn't just reject Rubio and then, kind of just look at the podium or look off in the other direction. He wants to see what they're talking about.
Well, those are like the two guys that have ruined his life. That's like the two literally, because Donald Trump has totally stripped him of any last shred of dignity or anything. And then Rubio is his young protege who's taken the opportunity that has been carved by Trump to steal his donors and his political career.
It's not hard to imagine that if Rubio had gotten over to Trump and just said, just start laughing. And they both started to laugh. That Bush would have just exploded in rage and just go, you shut up. I know you're talking about me.
I know you're talking about me. I can't. Even when he's petulant and angry, he's still got to do the stilted thing.
Yeah.
It's still.
I know you're talking about me.
I'm the only one with the courage to say that I'd play a baby Hitler like a soccer ball. That didn't do nothing for me. Nothing's right.
Unbelievable.